Hey folks, Object 430 here on Malinovka. I got the west spawn, the good spawn. I think you know what's going to happen. This is pretty much my new standard strat in the 430, but only if I've got a good team. If I've got a bad or average team, I usually still go towards the hill. When the enemy team is Squidite, fuck goons, he will be my personal target all game. We've also got quite a few good tanks here for supporting me, like the Tortoise and the A100s. They will be very handy to have shooting across the field. Poor 1390 doesn't realise I'm about to steal all his spotting damage. The JP gets spotted presumably by the AMX and loses all his hit points trying to head towards the south side. However, a batch has actually beat me into my position, and although this thing plays hell with autoloaders at long range, at close range it doesn't really fare too well. Thankfully I have an E100 Guardian Angel, and so him and one of my other teammates are able to blow the shit out of that guy before he takes any more of my hit points, which I was getting worried about at this stage. I mean, I just lost nearly half of them in about 5 seconds, but I still got plenty enough to finish the match. I just got to play it more carefully now. So the good thing about this spot is you can actually pop up and spot tanks in the enemy base and fire at them if they're not paying attention. And that was lucky. Without being hit and without being lit in a lot of cases. This hill here is great cover. Most tanks lack the gun depression to come and pop over the top and shoot you unless they drive into the bowl, which gets them shot by yourself and your teammates. And if they try and ram you, they're probably going to drown themselves. There is a stream highlight of Hardest, I might link in the description, where he dunks about 3 or 4 people in his KV and then kills a couple others. His KV5 from this spot. Just by crossing field, we were both drunk and decided to do something stupid, and lo and behold it worked. Anyway, back to this match. My team are beginning to cross the field. We have an E100 over here, as well as a 4202 and the AMX. I actually got a return on that hit. It was a bounce, because even though the Lorraine is out of my draw distance, he's still spotted, and so my teammates' radios are relaying the fact that I hit that, which is something I think they added to the game fairly recently. I don't remember it doing that in the old days. JT gives me a nice angle into his side armor. I don't know why he thought that would be a good idea, and this Leopard is trying to play with me, but he's making a really bad showing of it. You may have noticed earlier he was bouncing shots off my hull or turret, can't tell which. The 430 is really good at that kind of thing, and if you have a hold down position, even though the 430 doesn't have the gun depression to capitalize on it, you can pop up, shoot, withdraw back down into the depression, and it will give them a bad enough angle on your upper plate that they'll bounce every shot. Sorry about the Steam bleep blooping. I've been talking about something with Risk this morning, so that's probably him replying to something I said. The enemy Lorraine comes bucketing over the hills trying to rescue his base. I'm not about to let that happen. Only now do I get relit. This is how good the 430's camo is. I know I talk about it a lot, but there is a reason for it. It has, by a considerable margin, the best camo of any tier 10 tank in any state, stationary, on the move, whatever. I think it also has one of the smallest values for camouflage reduction after firing, but I would have to double check that to be sure. The E4 gets tracked in an unlucky angle, but my team deal with him before I can. And now it's cleanup time. Enemy Waffle's lit. He has not actually lost any hit points up to this point. I'm not even sure if he's done any damage. But, of course, a Waffle is lit, a Waffle is going to die. Thankfully, even the worst puppies have got to the point where if they see one of those things, they will focus fire on it. And so the average Waffle player, this was confirmed by Storm I believe just the other day, the average Waffle player does not even survive long enough to get one clip out. Usually they only manage 2 or 3 shots before getting melted, which is good. Fuck everyone who drives one of those. Managed to get a lucky shot there into the Jimbo E50, but now I see Squidite and I want that goon dead. A time-honoured tradition of goons playing tanks is whenever we see another goon on the other team, we just go all out trying to kill each other. We used to do comedy things where we would have non-aggression packs and kill all the puppies and then line up and have Civil War reenactments in our tanks, but apparently a couple of goons almost got banned for that because it was unfair play or some stupid puppy shit. So Wargaming ruined our fun. We can't do Civil War battles anymore, but we can certainly focus each other. I don't get the kill, but at least I got a shot into him earlier. Somebody racked that mouse on my left, as you can tell by his distinct lack of turret. And so with just 2 tanks on hill left, I roll in to get a couple more points of damage in. Nice cruising match. This is how I want things to play when I cross the field, except for that bat clipping into me at the start. This went pretty much perfectly. I managed to do a lot of spotting, I managed to do a lot of shooting. It was beautiful, and that's what this tank really excels at. The other medium tanks, you can still kind of get away with the same thing, but because of the Object 430's low profile, its high camouflage value, and its very good armor for a medium, as well as its excellent DPM, now the highest in the game of all mediums, it allows you to get across there, first of all, without being molested on the way. Most mediums tend to get hit at least once or twice crossing. And once you get over there, it allows you to just pour out damage without being fucked with, because if anyone does try and fuck with you, it's going to end very poorly for them. And then once you get more of your team either crossing or the enemy team in the base starts to thin out, you can push out of the base and work your way up the hillside using that forest to your advantage because of your high camouflage. It's really a good way to play this map. Tends to make it run a lot quicker, no more deadlock on the hill, no more 1916 Somme reenactments with artillery. It's just fast, it's violent, it's what medium tank play should be. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and best of luck in the game. I will see you next time.